Hello and good afternoon and welcome here to Alnmouth for this cricket match between Alnmouth and Lesbury and Tynedale in Division 1, the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League. Matthew Erskine speaking to you here for Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Internet Radio. Alnmouth batting first, and they've made a rather good start of it here. 84 for no wicket after 16 overs. We're in the 17th now, and it's Callan McCabe who's bowling from the top end. He's running towards us here from the pavilion end. We're looking straight up at the low white clubhouse here at Alnmouth, and he's bowling to Straker at the minute with a slip and a gully. That's down the leg side this time, and it's collected by Rainford, and there's no run there. So 84 for no wicket. It's Craig's 30 and Straker 36 at the moment. We've had 4 bowlers so far. Josh Renton's had a turn. He only got 4 overs opening the bowling. Then Matty Scott, he had his spell of 6. Callan McCabe, this is his 5th over so far, and Tom Cant has bowled 2. And there's no wickets yet for the visitors today, but here's McCabe again, who comes in and bowls 2. Craig Straker, who pushes for 1 up to Percival there at mid-on. That's Andy Percival. So 1 to the total there. 85 now for no wicket. Alnmouth. And that brings the left-handed Craigs on the strike. So 1 slip, a gully, a fine leg, a point, a deep cover, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a square leg, forward square leg in there as well. Now here's McCabe again. Comes in to bowl. And he's forward this time, Craigs, and just pushes it back to the bowler. And McCabe is up and picks it up. If you can hear any interference on the microphone this afternoon, it might be the wind, because it's the time to batten down the hatches here at Alnmouth this afternoon, and we've got a combine working away in the field just to our left here, across towards Hipsburn. It come into the car park here at the cricket club to turn before, and took about 14 goes to do it, but McCabe it is bowling to Craigs again, who's forward to a slow one, and the ball's rolling up here towards the 3rd man boundary, but it's going to be cut off by Parker, whose hat flies off. He picks it up now and throws it into Rainford. And he picks up, so 2 runs there to the total. That takes it up to 87 for no wicket, Alnmouth. And it's Craigs who's moved along to 32 with that shot there. It was an edge, it came through the gap, went forward and edged it through the gap between first slip and gully. There's the voices you may have heard there, a few of the Alnmouth players just going round, having a walk around the boundary here as well. They're going anti-clockwise round the boundary. It's their 2nd turn round. McCabe again to Craigs, who's forward to a full ball this time and pushes it out to the offside, and that's to our left there, and it's Renton who collects in from quite close in there with extra cover and picks it up, and there's no run. So that's the end of the over, the end of the 17th, and McCabe finishes that one. He's bowled 5 now, and it's Cant who's going to take up the attack again, and he's going to go over the wicket to Straker this time. So 87 for no wicket Alnmouth, 17 overs gone, Craigs 32 and Straker 37. So Tynedale here, we've had just over an hour's play. It's time to dig in for the visitors. Let's not lose any heart. Cant will be saying out there at the moment as he goes into bowl to Straker, who's back and plays out to Parker there, who's across in front of the hedge to the left there at deep cover, and he picks it up and throws it in, and they've gone through for another one. Straker goes to 38, the score goes to 88 for no wicket. So Cant with 2 deep to the offside, and 1 deep to the offside square, and 2 deep to the leg side as Straker drives this one from Cant up towards him, back towards us here, and slightly to our right, and Cant fields that one, and there's no run. Quickly back to his mark again now. Cant bowls to Craig, and he's lofted that one up, but it's going to be safe, I think. Percival's not going to get there, running in from short fine leg. He went to pull that ball and it took a top edge. He sort of lost his balance, and there was 3 fielders running in there, but neither of them could get very close. So that's the first real chance false shot we've had. We've had a couple of inside edges, but they've gone to ground. So that one went up, but no luck for Tynedale. Now we've got a stoppage in play here. Can't run into ball there, and Straker just pulled away from the crease, but he didn't quite. There's somebody moving about to our right here, but Cant's in again now, and there's Straker who plays that one out to the offside, the right-hander, and it's Renton who picks up there. He's in at close extra cover. There's still a slip in there. That's Newton, Paul Newton. We've got a third man as well up there at the far end. That's Percival in front of the clubhouse. A deep backward point, a deep cover and a close extra cover, and a mid-off for Straker, who goes back and turns that nicely out to the leg side, but well fielded there by Ed Foreman, who's in at forward square leg. Oh, he's just come back round to mid-wicket there now, it looks like. He moved to that, so it was a good bit of fielding. He moved quickly across there and got hold of that one. As Cant moves in again, and he goes and bowls to Straker, who pushes this one off the back foot up to short third man there where Percival fields, and 1 run there at the end of the over. So Cant's bowled 3 now, and the score with them runs off that last ball, 90 for no wicket after 18. And will it be McCabe to take up the attack again? Yes, he's just walking in and taking his hat off to give it to the umpire. And this will be McCabe's 6th over coming up now. Whose first change, he changed for Josh Renton at that top end. But the weather here, it's overcast at the minute, although it's very breezy indeed. The flag up there by the clubhouse, whistling away, flying out towards the sea. The wind coming from left to right as we watch McCabe come in again now, bowling to Straker, who goes forward and just plays that one to the leg side this time, and Renton picks it up there in at mid-wicket. Cuthbertson it is who's there at forward square leg. We've got Scott down here at fine leg. We've got to slip in a backward point, an extra cover. No deep cover for McCabe at the moment. We've got the mid-off and mid-on as well. Now here's McCabe, comes in. His shirt whistles in the wind, and that's played to leg again, and there's 1 run. A shot at the stumps from Cuthbertson there at the top end, but it missed to the left of them, and it's well backed up there in the mid-off position, and it looked like it was Foreman there who picked that one up. He's up there at the top. Ewan Stevenson playing today. He's at square leg at the moment as well, so 1 more to the total. 91 for no wicket now. Craig's 33 on strike, 42 Straker, who's at the top end at the non-strikers end, as McCabe bowls to Craig's again, and he drives this one slightly in the air, but safe enough up there to Percival, who's at deep mid-off, and they get another single, so it takes it to 92 for no wicket now. As Scott comes across, it's all change in the field here. Scott fine leg to fine leg at the moment, down at this bottom end. We're at the car park end here, looking up towards the clubhouse, right behind, almost directly behind the batsman, but not quite. That's struck on the pad this time as Straker, and there's a shout there for LBW, but the umpire says no and just takes the weight off one of his legs and puts his hands on his hips there, so there was no run. The weather's alright at the minute. This wind keeps whipping this darkish cloud away over across towards the sea, beyond the ridge there, across to the right. And a young lad just coming in here, just a few tears, somebody not very happy coming in to watch the cricket. But here's McCabe again bowling to Straker. Short this time, and it's played off the back foot from outside the off stump up there to Percival, and there's no run. He picks it up quickly and gives it a good polish up there as well. So this combine still working away in the fields behind us here. we did well. I'm glad all those combines that we met coming up the coastal route here at Alnmouth today were going south instead of north. Now we've got a change in the field here. McCabe has brought Parker. Foreman and Parker have swapped places. Foreman's gone into backward point there for Straker, the right-hander, and Parker's gone up to deep mid-off. And it's Straker who's forward this time and just defends this one onto the offside where it's picked up and there's no run. And McCabe finishes his over, finish of his 6th over there. Alnmouth batting first here, 92 for no wicket, Craig's 34, and it's Straker 40 at the moment. So they've got away in this. We've been playing about 70 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes I should say now, just clicking round towards 20 to 3. And if you have joined us here this afternoon, you're very welcome here on our first stint on Spreaker Internet Radio on the Cricket West Tyne programme. Coverage for the next 4 days, the rest of today, and the county game, 3-day match coming up. So on air tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, and there's Northumberland take on Cumberland in the Minor Counties Championship. But Kant bowls to Craig's now, fresh over, and he just plays that one from the crease off the edge, and it goes up there to Percival, who's at short third man. The breeze just dropped slightly here, no sun yet here at Alnmouth this afternoon. One slip in place as Kant's in again and bowls full this time. Actually it was a good length ball, and Craig's meets it equally and pushes it out there to the offside where Kant collects and there's no run. And it's perhaps what Tynedale haven't done enough of so far this afternoon, as Kant bowls again another full ball, and he was late in playing that shot, jammed the bat down eventually did Craig's, and Kant was just moving towards a big appeal there, but he managed to, couldn't stop the arm going up, but he managed to remain silent as it hit the bat. Kant around the wicket now to Craig's again, and it's good length again, and Craig's just pushes it back to him, back down towards us here, and Kant picks it up, and there's no run. A box of goodies going past us here. Is it for tea? I think that one is. As in goes Kant again now, and a sweep shot, and struck him on the pad. Craig's there, and there was half an appeal, but it may have just been angling down the leg side. Kant going round the wicket here. And will this be the quicker one that fires into the pads here? Let's see as he goes in again, bowling to Craig's. No, it was a little shorter this time, and that tempted him to cut it, but again it was always going into the batsman there, Craig's, and he tried to cut it, and it wasn't wide enough, and he played and missed through to Rainford, who's keeping wicket today. So a few changes for the Tynedale team. That was the end of the over, the end of the 21st. Kant, that's 3 overs for Kant now, and it is who's going to bowl next? It's McCabe who's going to keep going here, and James Rainford in for Jamie Crichton behind the stumps today. And Andy Percival and Ed Foreman making their first appearances for the first team in the league for Tynedale this year, as McCabe starts again to Straker, who drives, and he's dropped up at deep mid-off there. Straker drove it in the air, and it was slightly to his left, and I think that was Parker up there who puts that one down. And he just guides up now. Yes, it was Dan Parker. It was dipping on him, but it was just above knee height when he got the chance to catch that one, and it shot off out of his hands across to the right hand side there. So the first definite chance in the match, and it's gone down, and Straker got a run out of it as well, so he's gone to 41 and the score goes to 93 for no wicket Alnmouth. Now in comes McCabe again and bowls to Craig's, and he goes half forward to that one and presents the bat, but it comes past the edge through to Rainford, the wicket keeper. Couldn't have been of that far away, that one, but McCabe moves slowly back up to his mark. Yes, it was this combine going on behind us. It keeps coming closer and disappearing, but it was like the combine rally going south down the coast road down towards Amble as we were travelling up here north. McCabe again now bowls to Craigs, who pushes for one just to the left of just to the right of Stevenson there at extra cover. And it's all changed, so one more to Craigs there, the left-hander. He's gone to 35, the score goes to 94. And for Straker we're going to have a slip, a fine leg here, a gully, a point, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a square leg. McCabe to Straker, and that one, he's not going to get a run there. He just played back out to point there, and it's Foreman who picks up and throws the ball quickly around the field there. And as McCabe trots back towards his mark up at that top end, as he does so. A few more people getting in here now. A few more. First hour there wasn't very many here at all, but as people troop down from the village or in their cars, haven't heard many cars come in. But McCabe to Straker, and he's turned this one up towards long leg across to the left here, and it's Scott who fields now and throws in to Rainford at this near end to us, and there's one run there, and Straker goes to 42 and the score goes to 95 for no wicket Alnmouth in the 21st this is. So there's 20 overs gone when I mentioned it before. The scoreboard must have beat us to it there. But there's 20 overs, full overs have been bowled, and McCabe coming in again to bowl to Craigs with a slip and a gully. Craigs a slow ball that time, and Craigs is forward to it and pushes it back, and it rolls up there, and McCabe just picks it up, and that is the end of the over. So I don't know, a drinks break will be approaching soon enough, perhaps after 25 here, but it may be hot soup on order because this breeze is getting up here. It's just blown across us again. You probably can hear it on the microphone, but it's definitely the chilliest day so far this season we've had at a cricket match in this what has been almost an invincible summer. But it's going to be Kant to take up duties again from this near end, bowling from the car park end here up towards the clubhouse, which is just sloped off to the left there. And Kant is going to have, oh, we've got a stoppage here. We've got the sight screen on the move again because he's going to go over the wicket to Straker, the right-hander. So we've got the slip out now. The umpire's his sun hat's just blown off and taken off towards the sea there. A little helping hand for, they can't give it to each other. He dropped it, look, from 2 yards, but there's the umpire now. He just stuffs that hat back inside his jacket. So for Straker, it's Stevenson who's out there, deep square leg. Kant bowls, and that was a bit quicker, and that's nicely stopped there by Renton diving to his right in at extra cover, quite close in as well for the mistimed drive. Now Cuthbertson down here just removes his sun hat, perhaps the wrong choice of headwear today, as Kant bowls again, and Straker just eases that one up to Foreman there at short third man, who laconically, and it was laconic as well, just throws it in. And there was one run to the total. 96. Straker's gone to 43. Kant around the wicket now to the left-handed Craigs, the left-hander, so a slip back in, and here he goes round the wicket to Craigs, who comes driving. He's got that edge, but it's going up for 4, and it was too thick an edge there, and it went through about third slip in the gap there, and just to the left as we look there of short third man Percival, and it rolls up and crosses the line up at the fence there at the top end. It looks like an old cover, a white cover. It looks like it's got a bit of it's been well weathered cover up at that third man boundary up there. So 4 more, and that's the 100 up for Alnmouth in 1 hour and 29 minutes, as in goes Cant again, and Craigs turns this one up to McCabe for single, back deep square leg there, and Craigs has gone to 40, 101 now for no wicket. Alnmouth, 20 an hour and 19 minutes that was, I beg your pardon. 2:49 on my watch in front of us here. We got off on time today. Here's the next one now. In he goes, Cant, and there's Straker, who just plays out there to Parker at deep cover across by the privet hedge across to the left there. And one more to the total, 102 now for no wicket. As Cant back to his mark now, slipping no slip now for Craigs. He's taken that one out and gone in deep on the leg side, and that's driven straight back to him by Craigs this time, and Cant picks it up, and that's the end of his over. So 21 it is now gone, and Alnmouth 102 for no wicket. Craigs is 40, Straker 44, and the 100 partnership up as well, 102, which is the score, 102 for no wicket in the opening salvos of this match. And it's there doesn't seem to be any frenetic pace about it from the ball, either from the pitch or in the field, but we're quite close to the action here, and it's going to be McCabe who takes on the new over here. He's coming in towards us over the wicket, bowling to Straker with a slip, and Straker's forward this time and plays out to the offside, and there's no run. 8th over now for McCabe. And he's just making his way back up towards his mark there. It's Parker up there at mid-off, deep mid-off, who gives the ball a polish and pops the ball up to McCabe. He's in again now, bowling to Straker. Straker goes forward in defence and just pushes this one out up to Parker again, who picks it up, and again he gives the ball a good polish on his right thigh there. And McCabe just walks back carefully, and about 5 seconds Parker gives the ball a polish there and throws the ball back to McCabe. And he's in again now, bowling to Straker, slipping a gully. Straker just stays on his crease, and that one flashes off the face of the bat this time, but it goes straight to Newton there in the gully, who moves quickly down to his right to stop that one, racing out towards the fence across to the right hand side there. And the outfield playing pretty quickly, but it's quite a short boundary. We're right on this left edge of the square, more or less. Short boundary out towards the inland side of the field here at Alnmouth. And there's McCabe, who bowls again, and Straker just plays out from the crease again, out to Foreman there, who's at point across to the right, and there's no run. Nobody sitting up by the hedge, and it's probably the best place to sit today. The wind coming across from the left there. The flag at full tilt, the purple flag here at Alnmouth at full tilt up there at the clubhouse. The sight screens made of white sheets here, like big sails at the moment. But here's McCabe bowling to Straker, who turns that one through the gap between mid-wicket and square leg, and it's rolling up, crosses the line now for 4, and Cuthbertson was a little slow in getting after that one. He perhaps didn't see it, didn't pick it up straight away, but I think it might have gone for 4 anyway, so we'll let him off with that one. So 4 more to Straker. He's gone to 48, and it's 106 now for no wicket in the 23rd over here of the first innings. Alnmouth batting first, but McCabe to Straker now, 2 away from the 50. Straker plays for 1, and he's put it wide behind square leg. They're coming back, are they? No, they've just got 1 there, and it's Cuthbertson has to run the other way towards us this time to field that one, and that was the end of McCabe's over. So he finishes there, and the score is 107 for no wicket Alnmouth after 23 here, with Johnny Craigs 40 and Straker 49. And it's going to be the captain Tom Cant, who's going to bowl again here. So a long afternoon looks like to be in prospect here for the Tynedale fielders. No breakthrough yet, and we've had that one drop chance. That was the best one of the afternoon, the best chance to get a wicket so far. We've had a couple of inside edges as well, but nothing permanent yet in the wickets column for Tynedale. And there's Straker playing back up to deep cover there, and it's Parker who picks up and he gets one. So he's gone to 50 with that shot. There he goes, just raises his bat up to his teammates across there at the clubhouse. So he's gone to 50 now. The score goes to 108 for no wicket Alnmouth. And a few Tynedale spectators have made the trip up here as well, but Cant around the wicket now, bowling to Craigs, and that strikes him on the pad as he slowly tried to move forward there. His feet didn't come forward, but there's no appeal, and Cant quickly gets the ball back. And here he goes again now as another gust of wind whips across here from left to right as Cant goes away from us around the wicket to Craigs, and he drives this one, and it's back up to Tom Cant, who picks it up off the ground, and there's no run. Cant 23 wickets so far this season at 28, average of 28, as in he goes again now around the wicket, drops it short this time, and that's played for one off the back foot to Percival there, who's at a wide third man, wide short third man up at the top end there, and that takes Craigs to 41. The score goes to 109 for no wicket, and Straker on to strike now. The breeze still blowing here, still quite overcast. No slip in place now for Straker, who's back and plays past through the gap up there between short third man and deep backward point, but McCabe goes round to pick it up and throw it into Rainford, and it's Straker who gets one there, and he goes to 51. The score goes to 110 now for no wicket. And that's 23 wickets in the league for Tom Cant as he goes round the wicket now to Straker. Bowls wide, and he just chops down on that one and comes for the run, but decides against and quickly gets back there as Percival throws in from backward point. So there was no run there, and that's the end of Cant's over. As at 5 he's bowled now, it is, and 24 overs gone now, and Alnmouth in charge here, 110 for no wicket. It's Craigs 41 not out, and Straker made a nice 50 so far. He's 51 not out at the moment. So Tynedale trying to get to the drinks break here and maybe a little regroup, although it may take a different change, a bit of a unusual change to take a wicket, and we might get it now because McCabe's gone off and it's Ben Cuthbertson who's come on up from the second team this week. Incidentally, the second team playing Benmore and Walbottle at Friars Flat today, and Cuthbertson right arm, and he's been chosen in preference to McCabe, who's bowled 8 at the moment, and he is known to break the odd partnership, but here he comes now over the wicket. The loping run, he's in and bowls, and that has Straker playing out to the offside from the crease that time, and there's no run. So a good start there from Cuthbertson on the mark, with his short sleeves on and his shirt tucked in, and his orange or pink heels kicking up as he walks back towards his mark and just swishes his hand across the grass there. Gets the ball off Parker now. So still blustery here. No slips in place for Cuthbertson as he's in the bowl straight that time, and it's turned to mid-wicket, and there's a shot at the stumps, and Rainford takes it nicely one-handed there on the bounce with his left hand, and they get through for a quick single. Do the couple of it comes down to this end, so it was just one run there. So 111 now, and that's Straker gone to 52. And if you just about to join us here at 3 o'clock here on Cricket West Tyne. I'll do an update for you as soon as possible after this over, as in comes Cuthbertson bowling to Craig's, the left-hander, with no slips as another breeze, blustery gust of breeze comes across there, and Craig's just plays this one into mid-wicket and there's no run. So if you've just joined us at 3 o'clock here on Spreaker Internet Radio on Cricket West Tyne, Alnmouth batting first here. We're in the first innings, coming up to the halfway mark. They've made an excellent start from their point of view. 111 for no wicket. Craig's is 41 and Straker, the other opener, 52. And we've had 5 bowlers so far: Renton, Scott, McCabe, Cant, and currently Ben Cuthbertson is bowling from the clubhouse end, and he's running in towards us somewhere down here behind the third man boundary at the car park end here, as in comes Cuthbertson again bowling to Craig's. Craig's just flicks that one off his toes, and that's nicely timed up past mid-on, and it'll run away for 4 up there and just bashes into one of the covers up at that top end, and it crosses the line. So 4 more to the total, and Alnmouth keep on the pressure here. Another boundary, 115 for no wicket, and it's Straker, Craig's, I beg your pardon, who's moved to 45 with that 4, and that may have just have been the best shot of the afternoon. Nicely timed off his toes and just pushed wide of mid-on, deep mid-on, as Cuthbertson to bowl to Craig's again, who's back, playing back this time up to McCabe there at deep cover across to our left, and it's McCabe who fields there, and that's the end of the over, is it? Yes. And drinks are on the way out. So Cuthbertson finishes his first over there. The drinks break is upon us here. So it's Alnmouth batting first here, 116 for no wicket. Craig's 46, Straker 52. And we'll be back after these couple of... I've got an advert here coming up in a moment, an advertisement feature, so we might as well play it now when the drinks break's on, but we'll stay with you for a few more minutes after and get a couple of overs after the drinks break. But bear with us, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Cricket West Tyne program on Spreaker Online and Podcast Radio in association with the Royal Oak Country Pub, Cornsey Colliery, experts in business consultancy, and Cannon Bristle and Dairy Products. Drink well, eat well, do business well, listen well.
Welcome back here to Cricket West Tyne. The players just up there having the drinks break at the moment, and there's a few of the lads just having a game of football down at this near end just to take up the break here. But 19th game of the season for these two clubs, Alnmouth and Tynedale, in the Division 1 of the Northumberland and Tyneside League. It's Alnmouth, they've down there in 8th position. They've had a better second half to the season, and of course they won the League Cup, the Wilson Cup, last night against Shotley Bridge, winning by 7 wickets in that match. It was quite low scoring, but under 120 they chased down last night, so congratulations to them. And the Northumberland club won that one against Shotley Bridge last night. Tynedale up there in 6th place. They swapped places last week with Newcastle City. They're in 6th place on 353, just 8 points behind Newcastle City, going into the last 3 games of the league season here. And Alnmouth won 2, lost 2 and tied a match this season. Tynedale have lost 3 of the last 5 and 1 abandoned in that one, and the win was against Shotley Bridge, as the wind, it does seem to been just getting a little bit chillier here. We're out in the open this afternoon, and it looks like it's an extra long drinks break, this one. Tom Kant's still got all these players up there in a huddle, so we'll talk away as much as we can. Both the batsmen have been into the clubhouse there for a little rest, and I'm just looking up towards the home dressing room, which is the one on the right. The scorebox window is in the middle of the two dressing rooms here, and the home dressing room on the right, closest to the bar. That might be something to do with that. But Hermontha, the Alnmouth pro, is up there. He scored 98 last week, and he opened the batting last night in that cup final. He's been padded up now for just 95 minutes he's been padded up for. And the clock, I've just noticed we've got a nice big clock above one of the windows up there on the more yellowy colour part of the clubhouse. But everybody looks to be back into position. The drinks have gone off, and it's Cant who's about to take up the attack for Tynedale. 116 for no wicket Alnmouth. The umpire at this end, with a jumper hanging off his side, just checks everybody's in position. Scorers his colleague up there. But here we go again in overcast, blustery conditions here, as Craigs plays the first ball after drinks for one, wide of Renton there at extra cover, who runs round and picks it up. So the score goes to 117 and Craigs goes to 47. Straker now on strike. 52 not out. No slips in place. We're going to have a short third man in there. 2 deep to the off and 1 deep to the leg, and 2 in for the catch there, and it's Straker who plays back for 1 up to Foreman there at short third man on the 30-yard circle. So we've got that short third man, a deep backward point, a deep cover, a mid-off in a mid-on now for the left-hander. So swap everything round there. It's the left-handed Craigs on strike, who plays for 1 out to deep mid-wicket this time. So another single conceded here. Cant quite happy to concede the singles at the moment. And that brings the right-hander Straker on to strike. So we've got the extra cover, and are we looking somebody just running about behind the batsman's arm here. So we'll wait a minute, and here he is now. Cant bowls and Straker plays back again up to that deep cover across to our left. So 1 more to the total. That goes to 120. Straker's gone to 54 now. Here's Craigs on to strike. He's 2 away from the 50. 120 now for no wicket Alnmouth. 26th over. Cant moves in, quicker one, and it's put away out towards the deep cover boundary across to the right this time, where it's Stevenson who picks up and throws in. So Craigs comes through for another single, and he's gone to 49. Straker on to strike, the field back in position. There's a ring of fielders round from deep mid-off here, right the way around under the boundary up to short third man, with 1 in the middle, an extra cover on the offside for Straker, who plays another single conceded up there to deep backward square, and Straker goes to 55. The score goes to 122, and that's the end of Cant's over this time after that ball. And he wanders off, just gets his cap and jumper there, and moves off towards the offside it will be for the right-handed Straker. So 122 for no wicket Alnmouth after 26. Craigs 49, and it is Straker 55. So it's going to be Cuthbertson to take up the attack, and he's going to have a third man, a final leg, a backward point, a deep cover, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, and a deep square leg. And we've still got the blustery overcast conditions here at Alnmouth. Cuthbertson bowling to Straker now, and he goes half forward there and just pushes that one slightly to the leg side, and there's no run. And it is still 122 for no wicket here. And the ball quickly back up there to Cuthbertson. So he's played a game for the firsts in the league. He's got 3 wickets so far, 29, in the couple of league games he's played for the firsts this year. But there's a drive, and it's high, and it may be a catch. Stevenson's underneath it, and another one goes down for Tynedale. Another catch down there on the deep cover boundary goes down. Stevenson this time, and Straker gets a couple of runs off that one, and it was a mistimed drive. He miscued it. It went high, up over cover, and Stevenson underneath it seemed to have plenty of time. May have been rushing onto him with the breeze, but was about waist height when it got to him, and it went down the catch. So 2 dropped now for Tynedale. As Cuthbertson in again, now bowling to Straker, and he pushes, drives for 1. Yes, they're going to get it. There's a throw at the bowler's end stumps, and it's up to the top end here, and they get through, and that brings Craig's on the strike. So there's 1 to the total there, 125 now for no wicket, 58 to Straker, and 1 away from 1 for the 50 here for Craig's, the left-hander. So he's going to have no slips in place. We've got a backward point, a deep cover, an extra cover in there. Is Cuthbertson about to bowl now? 2 Craig's, 1 away from 50. Craig plays and misses to a slower ball that time from Cuthbertson, and it comes through to Rainford, the wicketkeeper, and there's no run. We've got a long on up there. It's Parker up at the top end, a deep square leg, deep forward square leg, 3rd man fine leg inside the circle, a close mid wicket, 3 in there catching as Cuthbertson to Craig's again, and that one just moved back into him a bit, and that one's hurt him. I think Craig's there, just hit him above the front leg, and whether that hit him close, I think it's a good job he's wearing a box this afternoon with that one. It didn't seem to be going too quick, but he's down on his haunches at the minute, just thinking what might have been, but he's back up now, and just he's going for a little wander just to try and forget about that one, and that really hurt him. He's just taking, yes, he's just still not back at the crease yet, and now he is. Played forward to it, and it just came past on the inside of the bat and hit him somewhere a little bit ticklish. But here's Cuthbertson bowling again, short, and he's going to get 50 this time with a little tap into the leg side, and yes, it's run. So 50 there for Craig. So both batsmen have reached 50 now. Craig's just waves his bat 2 or 3 times up there to his teammates as well, and that was off the last ball of the over of the 27th there. And it's now 126 for no wicket after 27 here. Craig's 50 and Straker 58. So what time? We're just coming up to after 3:10, so I think that's where we leave it this afternoon here at Alnmouth. For now, we'll be back on at 4 o'clock on our next broadcast as the players head up to the tea break, but that's when we'll be back at 4 o'clock. But I'll leave you now with the score after 27 overs. Alnmouth 126, Craig's 50 and Straker 58. And there we go. Tom Kant takes up the attack as we leave you our next broadcast at 4 o'clock.